Do you ever get that creepy feeling around someone, not because of what they said, but because of the way they looked at you? Maybe it was that smug grin, a death stare, or an eye roll so hard you could practically hear it. Sometimes those weird facial expressions tell you way more about a person than their words ever could, especially when you are dealing with a narcissist. Narcissists have got more tricks up their sleeves than just running their mouths. Their facial expressions, yeah, those are weapons too. They have these subtle, or sometimes not so subtle expressions, are a way to control, belittle, or just straight up dismiss you. Figuring out these weird facial expressions helps you see how they try to stay in control and avoid blame. Let's see what these unsettling expressions really mean. First up is the eye roll with a deep sigh. We have all been there, talking to someone, thinking we are making a good point, when suddenly, boom, there it is, the eye roll, followed by the kind of sigh that makes it seem like they just climbed Mount Everest. That is the narcissist's not-so-subtle way of saying, I am done with you, without actually having to waste their precious breath. Narcissists love this combo because it is a passive-aggressive power play. They are not just showing that they are bored, they are telling you loud and clear that what you are saying isn't worth their time. It is more than just frustration. It is designed to make you feel small, irrelevant, and like you are the one wasting their energy. The eye roll sigh combo is basically their version of an emotional mic drop, meant to make you shrink down and doubt everything you just said. It is their way of making themselves feel bigger by making you feel tiny, classic narcissist behavior at its finest. Oh, and don't forget, they love doing this when other people are around because nothing gives them more satisfaction than making someone else look or feel foolish in front of an audience. Next, the dead, vacant stare. Suppose you are pouring your heart out, sharing something important or emotional, and in return you get nothing. No reaction, no nod, just the dreaded dead, vacant stare. It is that glazed-over look that makes you question if you're speaking to a person or a wax figure. They are physically in the room, but mentally they have checked out, probably planning their next grandiose story, or wondering when you will stop talking. This blank, soulless expression appears when the conversation shifts away from them, or worse, when they are forced to listen to something that isn't feeding their ego. Narcissists are great at faking interest when the spotlight is on them, but the moment it is your turn to talk, they go into autopilot. Worse still, it is incredibly disorienting for the person on the receiving end. You are left wondering if you are boring, if they are mad, or if you have just completely lost their attention, which you actually have. The lack of any emotion or feedback makes you feel invisible, and that is exactly how they want you to feel. Third up is the smirk of judgment. You know, that little half smile that says, I am better than you, without them even needing to open their mouth. This isn't your friendly, warm grin. Nope, it is more like, I am silently judging you, and you don't even know it. This sneaky little smirk appears when they think they have outsmarted you, or when they feel like they are sitting on a throne above everyone else in the room. They will never openly say it. No, that would ruin their carefully crafted illusion of humility. But that smirk, oh, it is doing all the work by broadcasting how superior they feel. It is the kind of smile that makes you feel like they are laughing at you, not with you, even if you're in the middle of a light conversation. But you know what? They are not laughing with you. They never are. The fourth one is the raised eyebrows of superiority. This is every narcissist's go-to move when they want to feel superior. When you see those eyebrows shoot up paired with that blank, I don't care face, you just know they are thinking, I am smarter than you, and I am not even going to bother explaining why. It is not a surprise. It is pure arrogance on display. They whip out this move when they want to assert dominance without even having to lift a finger. Maybe you say something they disagree with, or worse, something they didn't think of first. Cue the raised eyebrows. It is their nonverbal way of saying, you are wasting my time, while letting you squirm in their supposed superiority. Honestly, it is like they are raising their eyebrows and raising themselves on an imaginary pedestal. Next up is the exaggerated fake smile. Do you ever spot a smile that is so forced that it actually makes you uncomfortable? That is the narcissist's exaggerated fake smile. A grin so big it looks like it is auditioning for a toothpaste ad. But when you really look at it, it is as cold as an iceberg. Sure, it seems friendly at first, but then you notice something is missing. Their eyes are dead. It is like the smile forgot to invite the rest of their face to the party. This smile comes out when they are trying to play nice, but in reality, they are probably bored, annoyed, or silently plotting their next power move. It is all about keeping up appearances, making everyone around them think they are this warm, friendly person when, deep down, they are just covering up how much they don't care. It is kind of like that customer service smile you get from someone who has had a long day, except in this case, it is not just tiredness behind it. It is a mask to hide their real feelings of superiority. It is unsettling because it looks genuine at first glance, but after a second, you realize it is faker than a plastic flower. They will be laughing on the outside, but on the inside, they are just waiting for you to leave the conversation. The exaggerated fake smile is their way of fooling everyone into thinking they are totally fine when really, they are just not interested in you at all. Alright, another weird expression is the half smile or lopsided grin. You know that weird half smile where only one side of the mouth curls up? That is the narcissist's lopsided grin. And it is not because they think something is funny. Nope, it is more like, I am secretly laughing at you, but you don't even know it. This way, they let you know they think they are smarter or better than you. This smirk usually pops up when they feel like they have outwitted you or they are silently mocking you. It is a classic move when they want to be passive-aggressive, and it is especially discouraging because it is so subtle. They don't need to say anything rude. Their face is already doing the talking for them. You are left wondering, did I say something stupid? What is so funny? But they won't give you the satisfaction of knowing. They love the power of that half smile because it leaves you feeling like the punchline of a joke you didn't even know was happening. The lopsided grin is their way of saying, I am above this conversation, without actually saying it. It is dismissive that makes you feel small and insignificant, while they bask in their self-perceived superiority. It is the kind of grin that makes you want to wipe it right off their face, if only you could figure out exactly what they are mocking you for. Moving on, the involuntary jaw clenching. Ever notice someone's jaw tightening like they are trying not to scream? That is how a narcissist tries to keep their anger under wraps. When a narcissist feels threatened or irritated but doesn't want to show it, because they have got to maintain that cool, in-control vibe, their jaw gets tense like they are physically holding their rage in place. This jaw clenching is their body's way of betraying them. Sure, they are trying to stay calm, but that little tick gives them away. You will usually spot it when someone else is getting attention or success, and the narcissist just can't handle it. They will be sitting there, pretending to be fine, while secretly fuming. It is like their face is saying, I am totally cool, but their jaw is like, I am going to snap. Then we have got the narcissist's all-time favorite mocking or sarcastic grin. This isn't your typical smile. No, this one is packed with a whole lot of I am laughing at you energy. It usually shows up when they are pretending to be amused, but in reality, they are just making fun of whatever you are saying. Say, for example, you are in the middle of a serious conversation, and suddenly they flash that grin. It is their way of dismissing you without saying a word, like they are waving a little flag that says, your opinions are worthless, and I am enjoying this way too much. You will see this, especially during arguments where they want to act like nothing phases them, even though their entire goal is to win. This grin is there to make you feel like the punchline of a bad joke. It is infuriating, and it is peak narcissist behavior. Number 9. Sneering lips. Ah, the sneer. It is that classic facial expression where the lips curl just enough to scream disgust without needing any words. Narcissists love pulling out this little trick to let you know they find you, or whatever you're doing, beneath them. It is not an obvious snarl, but just enough to make you feel like you have said something horribly wrong, which in reality isn't wrong at all. This sneer tends to show up when a narcissist feels their God-given superiority is being challenged, or simply when they are bored with your mere existence. And do you know what the worst part is? It makes you feel judged for even speaking. They will not say a word, but that little lip curl does all the talking for them. And lastly, overly raised eyebrows. Narcissists love to be extra, and one of their favorite moves is the overly raised eyebrows. This way, they pretend to be shocked, but instead of surprised, it is more like, I can't believe you're this dumb. They pop their eyebrows up so high they are practically halfway to the ceiling. This is their subtle way of making you feel like you have said something utterly ridiculous, even if you haven't. You will see this one when they want to make you second-guess yourself. And of course, this move is paired with a little laugh or a smirk to make it clear they are not actually surprised at all. They just want you to feel like an idiot. It is like they are giving you a front row seat to your own roast. And guess what? You didn't even buy a ticket. These weird facial expressions seem small, but they pack a punch when it comes to how narcissists manipulate, control, and make others feel inferior. Their faces reveal what they are really thinking: boredom, disgust, or that annoying sense of superiority without them having to say a single word. Spotting these subtle cues can help you see through their act and understand their real game. If this breakdown of narcissists' facial expressions hits close to home, I'd appreciate if you leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this one, make sure to subscribe so you never miss the next upload. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.